The past met the present for this year's Albion kit shoot. 3 Albion legends met the current incumbents of the shirt to model a new kit, and we spotted a prime opportunity to get the thoughts of the players of the past on their modern day counterparts. And we started with Bob Taylor's thoughts on the strikers.
I like Longy, I like his style of player. It just reminds me a little bit of myself, you know. He's good for a small guy, he's good in the air, but he loves getting stuck into centre halves. Just for me, I think, you know, I wish he'd get in the box more often and get them tap-ins, you know, to get his goal ratio up per season.
Let's talk Shane Long for a second. You said he reminds you a little bit of you. Is the qualities that Shane Long has what you look for in a centre forward? Hard work, endeavour, you know, a real physical presence.
Yeah, I mean, you know, everybody. I mean, you can ask the fans. They love anybody that gives 100% for them. You know, and I do it in a player. You know, I look, I strike a watch when I come to the games, and you know, and yeah, he might have a bad game, but he still works, and that's, for me, that's the be all and end all. You can do that because everything else looks after itself. You know, you can score goals, you can get in the box, you can do this, but you know, you can't give anybody a heart, and you've got to have a heart to run around. You know what I mean? So he does that for me, and I like it. But just like I said, he needs to get in the box more, getting, you know, Brunchy putting them great crosses in for him, and just getting on the end of stuff, you know what I mean, and finishing, like I said, getting his goal ratio up for the season.
Of course, it was another Albion striker, Romelu Lukaku, who topped Albion's goal-scoring charts last season, but legendary former centre-half Ally Robertson says he'd much rather have faced the big Belgian than his Irish strike partner.
I would rather be against Lukaku than Long, because Long, to me, is a defender's nightmare. He runs everywhere, he's running behind you, he's running everywhere. Lukaku, fair dues, he's a big lad, but it'd be a battle. And that's what we were like in the olden days. The battle was part of it and the best man won. But to be fair to Long never stops. And as a partnership, those two, you would hate to play against them every week. That's where, in a way, it's lucky in a way is for your defenders and everything, that when you're part of a club with so many good players, we used to play against, as a kid, when you got in the first team, you were playing against Jeff Astle, Tony Brown. So you were playing against the best players in the country. Then as you progress, because your defence against the front lad, then you were playing against Cyril, Ali Brown, Laurie Cunningham, Tony Brown. So you were playing against, every day in training, you were playing against the best. So that made you better. And I think now, because of the better players within the club, that follows through all the way through. It makes everybody better.
Of course, all those legendary strikers wouldn't have got half as many goals without good service, and in that sense, Bob admits he'd have loved to have played with the current Albion skipper.
I'd love to have played out there with Brunty, you know. I mean, I'd love to have played up front with Kevin Phillips and have Brunty on the wing, whipping them balls in, so you can just make your runs. Because you know, with Brunty, it's just going to be one touch out of his feet and it's straight in. There's no, you know, fanning about with it, trying to beat people and one thing and another. It's just out your feet in, Beckham-esque, if you want. And you just make your runs off that, and I think you'd get a handful of goals.
And check back here tomorrow when we speak centre-halves and compare the Olsen-McCauley partnership with Robertson and Weil.